all-new Chrysler Pacifica. All this space with lane departure warning, with lane keep assist. Tell her Pacifica is the most awarded minivan of the year.
Wow.
It's an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus.
Can you let the manager know I'd like a really great deal?
He already knows.
The countdown is on. Chrysler Big Finish event ends January 3rd. Right now, current lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica for $229 a month.
You'd better hurry if you want to save on a new Nissan during the Go Rogue year-end event. For a limited time, save up to $10,000. Get to Nissan now for last-minute savings on our full line. Offers end January 3rd. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, only in theaters. Hurry in and get a low $159 per month lease on the 2016 Altima, or lease the 2016 Sentra, just $109 per month.
Now at 11, countdown to 2017, the new year, now less than an hour away. The energy, the excitement, the crowds ready to go in Times Square. And the world is watching as the ball drops to ring in the new year. How are revelers faring and where are they coming from? But first tonight, staying safe, the NYPD adjusting their tactics in response to an attack at a nightclub overseas. What this means for New Yorkers celebrating tonight. News 4 New York at 11 starts now. Good evening. Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Stephen Holt. No doubt a lot of attention on Times Square right now. We have just about an hour to go, an hour left of 2016. New York City, very excited to welcome in the new year. But we want to get you up to speed on the latest information on a situation that is developing overseas right now, one that has the NYPD reallocating resources here in the city. We now know that dozens are dead in Istanbul, Turkey, after a shooting at a nightclub. This was called the Reyna nightclub, and the gunfire happened just after 1 o'clock local time there. This is what we know right now. 35 people have been killed. 40 people have been wounded. 10 of those wounded are in critical condition right now. An officer and a civilian were shot outside of the club. It's still unclear right now if this was the work of a single gunman or several attackers. Here at home in New York, right now the NYPD is redeploying officers, all in response to this shooting. Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Dietz joining us live in Times Square with more on what authorities are doing in response tonight. Jonathan.
Now, amid the attack in Turkey, the NYPD sending counter-terror teams and patrol units to nightclubs and bars across the city as a precaution. As here in Times Square, police have added extra layers of security to try to keep this celebration safe. To get in here, most partygoers had to go through checkpoints like these. And all streets leading to Times Square blocked by sand-filled sanitation trucks to try to prevent the kind of truck attacks seen recently overseas.
Every day is a concern to me now in this city with what's going on. You look at the climate around the world, and you got to realize we are the target.
And tonight overseas, it was an attack in Turkey raising concerns. Dozens were killed and wounded when at 2 a.m. Turkish time, at least one gunman stormed a nightclub and began shooting as hundreds were celebrating the new year. One gunman, apparently dressed in a Santa Claus suit, killed a police officer outside, and then the attackers made their way inside, targeting the innocent partygoers. Some jumped out of the back of the club into a river to try to get away. News of the attack quickly reached NYPD commanders in Times Square. Some patrol and counter-terror teams were ordered to move to protect nightclubs as a precaution.
We take a look at that, early reports, and we immediately started to redeploy our critical response command vehicles to nightclubs and areas like that. In Times Square, added bomb dogs were brought in as heavily armed police and rooftop snipers kept a watchful eye on the crowd. Security was not just in place in Times Square. Along the east side, rapid response teams were on standby, ready to respond in case of a crisis. Counter-assault trucks, along with FBI weapons of mass destruction teams, were also in place. This is at FBI offices, other teams being deployed to follow leads. Inside at the command center, the latest intelligence from overseas being shared with various commands and agencies.
We have people, we have task force officers and agents all out on the street right now, working at different locations, making sure that the city will be safe and sound.
No new threats to New York, but across the city, many added precautions amid events in Turkey tonight as the huge crowd in Times Square waits for the ball to drop.
They should enjoy themselves and have a great time. We do all the worry. All the city agents are together. We'll worry about it. Let them have a good time.
And again, police tell us no new threats to New York, but added patrols here around Times Square and at area nightclubs as precaution due to the events overseas. I'm in Times Square. Jonathan Dietz, News 4 New York.
All right, Jonathan, thank you for that new information. Let's turn now to the weather, see what Mother Nature has in store for tonight. Times Square a little warmer than in years past. Storm Team 4's Erica Groh joining us now with the latest forecast. Erica.
That's right. I looked at some of those numbers, and last year it was a little bit milder in Times Square, but the 2 years prior to that, we had wind chills in the teens, and that's not the case overnight tonight. On satellite and radar, you can see that quick little burst of sprinkles and flurries that we got earlier this evening. We've been telling you about that for a couple days. And now on the trailing end of this, there's the potential for another just flurry or maybe just a raindrop. It really doesn't look like anything substantial. Right now, 44 degrees in Times Square and in Midtown, 44 in Farmingdale as well. It's 39 in Newburgh. So temperatures aren't too bad for this time of year. We normally only reach a high in the upper 30s. So that's our current temperature at 11 p.m. We're doing okay. Current wind gusts are in the 20-mile-an-hour range for much of the tri-state. They will settle down a little bit during the overnight hours. And here's a look at that temperature trend down into the 30s as we head into the morning hours. A pleasant start to 2017. How long does that last? I'll have the answer coming up in the exclusive 10-day. Back to you, Stephen.
All right, Erica, thank you much. Huddle for warmth there in Times Square. Speaking of which, let's go back live to Times Square where the ball will drop in less than an hour. News 4, Rana Novini out in the thick of it, talking with over 1 million people there joining, making new friends, Rana.
Yeah, absolutely, Stefan. Close to 2 million, actually, by some new estimates tonight. The weather, of course, helping. It's cold, but not terrible by any stretch. Could definitely be worse. That's helped drawing the crowds out here tonight. But if you ask those who've been standing here for more than 18 hours or close to it, they might tell you a different story. They've been listening to musical performances, helped keep them busy tonight, and all eyes on the ball for that big countdown.
You could call this a dream come true.
Happy New Year!
Crossing off an item on the bucket list for Times Square first-timers.
I've watched it on TV for several years, and it looks so magical, so why not Times Square?
And for seasoned pros, the only place in the world they want to be, the center of it all.
I like to say that New York City is the best city in the world because the constant party. Like, we're celebrating every hour, we're celebrating a different country around the world.
Earlier in the day, we tried to find who trekked the furthest.
Who traveled from farthest away?
And tonight, in the sea of purple hats, our mission to find who got here first.
What time did you get here this morning?
8 o'clock. So we've been standing here since 8 o'clock this morning.
Dude, we came all this way to here, so we have to be here. And here we are, so cold.
Cold but worth it is what we're told. This group from Thailand may win the early bird prize.
6:40 a.m.
Yeah.
I think you're the earliest that I've found so far.
I know, right?
Was there anyone else out here when you got here?
I think nobody's here, really. I think we came early, like before the cops come in.
Police are out in full force to keep revelers safe. And a new tactic this year, sanitation trucks used as barriers to protect the crowds.
Hope it's a better year all round for everyone, a nice, bright and happy one.
All eyes now on the iconic New Year's Eve ball as the Big Apple rings in 2017.
That all starts at 11:59. That's when the ball will drop. The 2017 lights will light up, and then 3,000 pounds of confetti, if you can imagine that, will rain down on revelers from the rooftops here, and tens and thousands of them contain messages of well wishes of peace and love for the new year. Stephan, I got to tell you, during the day today, we kind of felt a lull in the crowds. I think some people were tired from standing out here for so long, but things are definitely picking up now. We're in the final hour, ready to ring in the new year. Back to you.
I bet they can't wait. Those people have been waiting since 6:40 this morning. That's incredible. All right, that's dedication. Rana Novini, good to see you on New Year's Eve. Don't forget, you can watch all the excitement from Times Square right here on NBC4. New Year's Eve with Carson Daly kicks off right after us here on News 4 New York at 11. Want to get to some more news tonight, and a young basketball star, the innocent victim of a shooting that happened in Mount Vernon. 13-year-old Shamoya McKenzie was in the backseat of a car driving along Pease Street this afternoon when those gunshots rang out. One of the bullets pierced the car's window, hitting her in the head. Mackenzie died at the hospital, and police do not believe she was the intended target. She was a student at Graham School in Mount Vernon and had just been contacted by UConn to play basketball. A 28-year-old man was also shot. He's now being treated for his injuries. The gunman is still on the run tonight. A man who was hurt in a shootout with police in Paterson, New Jersey, is now charged with attempted murder. 5 police officers went to an apartment on Martin Street for a domestic violence call yesterday afternoon. Police say Doreen Wooford was holed up in the apartment and then began shooting at those responding officers. An officer fired back and hit Wooford in the shoulder. He's now in police custody and is expected to recover. Tonight, the 2nd Avenue subway is now officially on the move. The first inaugural ride happening less than an hour ago. State and local officials taking that first ride before passengers can board tomorrow. News 4's Michael George joining us live on the Upper East Side with what has been a long time coming there on the Upper East Side. Michael?
Yeah, that's right, Stefan. What a way to start off the new year. People in this neighborhood have been waiting for this for years, but here it is behind me, the 2nd Avenue subway, ready for passengers, and in the last hour, the train took its very first ride. The 2nd Avenue subway is finally on the move. We got to ride along on the inaugural ride of the train as it left the brand new 72nd Street station. Governor Cuomo and MTA officials also boarded the state-of-the-art line for the opening event. It's the first new subway line in 50 years, featuring 3 new stations with high ceilings, lighting, and elaborate artwork. The project has taken years of construction headaches and a $4.5 billion price tag, but the MTA was able to finish the train on schedule. We asked Governor Cuomo whether this will help New Yorkers facing record crowding on their subway commutes.
They were very congested. It was very unpleasant. This will now alleviate pressure on the Lexington Avenue line, give the East Side their own line on 2nd Avenue.
Now, the big question is, when can you ride the train? Well, Q train service begins at noon tomorrow. Now, for the first week, it's only going to run from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. After that, it'll go 24 hours. We're live on the Upper East Side. Michael George, News 4 New York.
I think I just found my new ride to work. Thank you very much. Still ahead on News 4 New York at 11. We have more information on a fiery crash in Texas. 2 planes slam into each other. The reason, the pilots weren't in contact with air traffic control. Also ahead, utility companies in the tri-state are now taking action. What they're doing following an alleged Russian hack into an electric company in Vermont. And as we take a short break, here's a look at how Dubai welcomed in 2017. We're back right after this. Don't go away.
Coming this winter, Storm Tracker 4, the only high-frequency S-band radar.
There's nothing like it in the tri-state.
It can see through the storm.
More accurate so you can prepare.
Storm Tracker 4, only on News 4 New York.
Looks like we're bound to start anew. Who better to start it with than you, dear? See you next year.
Experience the power of infinity now with leases starting at $299 a month. Visit your Tri-State Infinity retailer.
It's your last chance to save during the final days of the Ford year-end event. Just announced, get $1,500 total cash on select models on top of the best offers of the season. Ford, giving drivers the most 5-star ratings. And award-winning value from Kelley Blue Book. That's how you become America's best-selling brand. During the final days of the year-end event, lease a 2017 Explorer 4x4 for just $259 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
The gifts are all unwrapped, but the holiday shopping season is far from over. You can still save big during the final days of the Hyundai Holiday Sales Event on every new Hyundai. And they're all backed by America's best warranty. This is your last chance of the year, so don't miss out. Make your holidays even better with one last present for yourself. Better is the reason to buy Hyundai, and this is the reason to buy now. Lease the Tucson for $139 a month and the Santa Fe Sport for $159 a month. Hurry, offers end January 3rd.
Some new information tonight on a tragedy in the skies over Texas. 2 small planes collided mid-air, and the result was deadly. Happened around 5:30 this evening near the Aero Country Airport in McKinney, Texas. The wreckage rained down on a populated area. One plane crashed into a Home Depot parking lot. Police confirm at least 3 people are dead. Still unclear if anyone on the ground was injured. The FAA says the 2 planes were operating under what's known as VFR, visual flight rules, and they were not in contact with air traffic control. Now, the Aero Country Airport doesn't have an air traffic control tower, but we don't know if the 2 planes were communicating with each other on a common radio frequency. That's under investigation now. New York and Connecticut are monitoring their power grid systems after a utility in Vermont says it found malware that could be linked to Russian hackers. The Burlington Electric Department says the infected office laptop isn't connected to its grid system, but they're still looking into this. Federal officials are investigating as well. The utility serves more than 19,000 customers. Russia has denied hacking U.S. systems. Still to come for us here at 11, Storm Team 4's Erica Groh has your exclusive 10-day extended forecast right after this. But first, here's a look at the New Year's Eve celebrations in Sydney, Australia. The Harbour Bridge exploding with fireworks. We're back right after this.
You know, you can get a great deal on a Kia during the holiday sales event. Nice. I'll take that one. Nice. Naughty.
Right now is your last chance to lease the Optima LX for $159 a month. Plus get $500 bonus cash on the 2016 Optima or Optima Hybrid. The Kia Holiday Sales Event.
It's a new day, the start of something big, because Time Warner Cable is now Spectrum, redefining what a cable company can be, delivering more free HD than ever before, plus thousands of free on-demand titles, just $29.99 a month when you call 844-348-2999. With Spectrum Internet, enjoy the fastest starting speeds, 100 megabits per second. That's enough speed for all your devices. Plus no data caps and a free modem, just $29.99 a month. And with Spectrum Voice, get reliable unlimited nationwide calling, plus unlimited calling to Canada, Puerto Rico, and Mexico, all with no added taxes or fees. Just $29.99 a month. Call 844-348-2999. With Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, you get it all, with no contracts and our 30-day money-back guarantee. Call 844-348-2999. Welcome to a new day. Welcome to Spectrum.
Looks like we're bound to start anew. Who better to start it with than you, dear? See you next year.
Experience the power of infinity now with leases starting at $299 a month. Visit your Tri-State Infinity retailer.
You know, you can get a great deal on a Kia during the holiday sales event. Nice. I'll take that one. Nice. Naughty.
Right now is your last chance to lease the Sorrento LX for $209 a month. The Kia Holiday Sales Event ends January 3rd.
Just imagine being at the airport and seeing this. A pilot pulled off an airplane after he was found passed out drunk in the cockpit. Canadian police arrested and charged a Sunwings airline pilot immediately. They say his blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. The plane was supposed to take off from Calgary, headed to Cancun, Mexico. Witnesses say the pilot was acting erratically before passing out in the cockpit. All right, let's check with Storm Team 4 meteorologist Erica Groh to see how we're going to finish off 2016 weather-wise. Hey, Erica.
Hey there, Stefan. We're finishing off on a pretty mild note for this time of year. We normally have temperatures reaching the 30s, and we're still in the 40s for much of the metro area. So it's not going to get too terribly cold overnight tonight. Those early sprinkles and flurries we had are clearing out of here, and then 2017 is going to start off really nice. So get out and enjoy it tomorrow. No reason not to. Lots of sunshine and comfortable temperatures, not too much of a breeze either, but showers approach on Monday, so we get that wet weather back pretty quickly. Right now in Sparta and Mine Hill, it's 37 degrees. This is usually one of the colder areas in the tri-state, but it's going to be a little bit milder than average overnight tonight. We're only at 39 right now in Califon. That's not too bad. 44 in Long Branch and in Central Park, and it's 41 degrees in Poughkeepsie. On satellite and radar, you can see a few of those light showers that are still on the approach here, but just like that first round, that a lot of it didn't even reach the ground. We're going to see a repeat of that overnight tonight. So that southwest breeze continues at 10 to 15 miles per hour. We'll dip down to 36 degrees in Midtown and in Nyack, 34 in Madison and Newburgh, and 32 for your low in Poughkeepsie. Then tomorrow, starting out with just a few clouds and a breeze because of that front that moves through. The breezes stay with us until about noon, still about 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to about 20. And then the afternoon just looks great. Tons of sunshine, high temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. So it's going to be comfortable, especially considering it's the first day of the year and it's usually pretty cold this time of year. But if you are heading to the Bills-Jets game, the Jets closing out their season, and not a bad weather forecast for that game. The kickoff temperature 45 degrees with lots of sunshine. So our high temperature tomorrow will be 48. Most of us reaching the mid to upper 40s, and there will be a lot of sunshine around. So that's good news for the last day of the weekend, and then a lot of us heading back to work and back to school. It's going to feel like the kind of weather that, you know, you're kind of plodding along, because it's going to be dreary on Monday, a few sprinkles and showers approaching. Tuesday looks downright rainy with a high of 55, though, so at least we're going to see temperatures remaining solidly above the freezing mark so that we don't have any potential for any freezing rain. And you can see that here on Future Tracker, that everything stays green, and green means rain. We're not going to see any ice with this approaching system. Here's the Storm Team 4 10-day forecast. Really nice tomorrow. Get out and enjoy. High 48 degrees. We stay in the 40s on Monday, but Tuesday is wet and mild, and it gets colder and drier for Wednesday. Stay with us. Harry's up next with sports.
Closed captioning provided by Toyota.
You came to ski, to ride, to explore 2 world-class resorts, to experience winter at its best, and discover a charming town. Yes, all that in Park City, Utah. Start planning your adventure at visitparkcity.com.
You better hurry if you want to save on a new Nissan during the Go Rogue year-end event. For a limited time, save up to $10,000. Get to Nissan now for last-minute savings on our full line. Offers end January 3rd. Take on any Galaxy. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, only in theaters. Hurry in and get a low $179 per month lease on the 2016 Rogue, or lease Pathfinder just $239 per month.
You know that room you want to redo? Make it fresh and beautiful in less than 3 days. Guaranteed. Everything is on sale at Raymore & Flanigan. Save up to 31% on living rooms, up to 25% on bedrooms. Save $300 on Bella Nest Queen mattress sets, and get a free fitness tracker bracelet. Plus, get no interest for 72 months. The year-end sale ends Monday, 10 p.m. at Raymore & Flanigan.
2 names say it all.
Mom? Mom.
You okay back there?
The Cadillac ATS.
Are we there yet?
Every moment accelerated. Offering OnStar 4G LTE and built-in Wi-Fi hotspot that lets you stream and stay connected. Now during season's best, current GM lessees get this low-mileage lease on this ATS from around $319 per month. Visit CadillacTristate.com to locate a dealer near you.
Fios is not cable. We're wired differently. That means incredibly fast 150 meg internet for the holidays. So in the 3.7 seconds it takes Gary Watson to beat the local sled jump record,
Fly, Gary, fly.
his friend can download 13 versions of the perfect song. His sister can live stream it, while his mom downloads how to set a dislocated shoulder. Get 150 meg internet, TV, and phone for just $79.99 per month online for the first year. Cable can't offer that. Only Fios can.
The Fios Sports Desk is sponsored by Fios by Verizon. Fios is not cable. We're wired differently.
If you're a college football fan, there's no better way to spend New Year's Eve than the college football playoffs. 4 teams battling for a spot in the national championship game. And the first semifinal had top-ranked and undefeated Alabama facing number 4 Washington in the Peach Bowl. The Huts, and it's week 17 in the NFL. In the final week of the regular season, the Giants have already clinched a playoff spot, but tomorrow they still have a very difficult matchup against Washington, who can qualify for the postseason if they beat the G-men. So what does head coach Ben McAdoo expect?
a win. I mean, it's another opportunity to go out there and get better as a football team and get a win in the division. Tough environment.
The Jets will wrap up their season at home tomorrow against the Bills, and the Knicks entered the night on a 3-game losing streak. They had another tough test against the red-hot Rockets in Houston, and they were missing Kristaps Porzingis and Courtney Lee due to injuries, and Kyle O'Quinn was out with the flu. Carmelo Anthony started, but he sat out the second half with a sore knee. Despite all that, they trailed by only 3 in the fourth. But too much James Harden for the Rockets. He had a triple-double and finished with a career-high 53 points. A great effort, but the Knicks lose 129-122. Houston ending the year in style with a 15-2 record in the month of December. And all 3 local hockey teams on the ice tonight. The Devils lost to Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals 6-2 the final. As for the Rangers, they were on the road in Colorado. What a game for Chris Kreider. Kreider had 2 goals in the first period to put the Blue Shirts up in front, and he would add a 3rd goal on the power play in the second, his 15th of the year. It's a hat trick for Kreider, the 2nd of his career. The Rangers win 6-2. As for the Islanders, north of the border, taking on Winnipeg, up 1 in the first when John Bailey leaves the pass for John Tavares, and he connects. Another look, pretty backhand by the captain. And then in the second, the Isles up 3 when Ryan Strom fires one through the legs of the Jets goaltender. And that puts New York up 4-0. They go on to win 6-2 the final. A great night in the world of sports ending 2016.
All right, Harry Chickma, thank you very much. Want to get back to that ongoing situation in Istanbul, Turkey. Dozens are dead following an attack at a crowded nightclub. 35 people dead. Another 40 have been wounded. That gunfire breaking out at a New Year's party at a popular club in the heart of the city. It appears there were multiple attackers, but still unclear who is involved or what has happened to those attackers. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack. Back here at home, the NYPD has heightened their patrols at nightclubs across the city in response to that attack. We'll have much more on the web at NBCNewYork.com. Also much more coming up in just a few hours on Weekend Today in New York, starting at 6 a.m. That's going to wrap it up for us on News 4 New York at 11. Thank you so much for making us a part of your New Year's Eve. Live pictures from Times Square. We're going to send it to Carson Daly coming up next. And we'll see you back here in 2017. Have a good night.
Here it is. Hey, Dad.
Wishes do come true. The Lincoln Wishlist sales event is on. Get exceptional offers on the Lincoln family of luxury vehicles. The final days of the Lincoln Wishlist sales event are here. Get an MKZ for $409 a month and receive a complimentary first month's payment.
Looks like we're bound to start anew. Who better to start it with than you, dear? See you next year.
Experience the power of infinity now with leases starting at $299 a month. Visit your tri-state Infinity retailer.
Introducing the Genesis G80, an evolved luxury sedan meticulously crafted around you. Impeccable comfort and advanced all-wheel drive capabilities are complemented by a unique valet program where we pick up, service, and return your G80 for you. Experience unrivaled respect for your time, your safety, and now your finances. Lease the G80 for just $389 a month. Visit your Genesis retailer for a test drive today.